Alright, hi people, it's Shakes here, and I'm here to do an unboxing and review for you guys of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection SPD Yellow Ranger. Finally completing the core team of SPD. Technically we have three other figures. If they would want to give them to us at some point, with Nova Ranger, Cat Ranger, and possibly Boom's Orange Ranger, which is more, I think, just an adaptation of the a ranger who only appears for a little bit in Deca Ranger, or maybe it was a movie. I can't remember where that came from, but yeah. And only appeared in a dream sequence in one episode of SPD. So yeah, if they don't give us Boom, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. But yeah, I would like to get Cat and Nova Ranger at some point. That would be nice. But yeah. So here we go with the box. You got the render of the figure right here, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo right here, the artwork, SPD Yellow Ranger, and everything. Looks good. So yeah, it comes with all the accessories that she should, unlike Lost Galaxy Yellow, but yeah. Then on the side here, we got the SPD logo, the render of the figure in full, which looks nice, or the artwork, not the render. The SPD logo again on the other side, SPD Yellow, helmet, and we got the Ranger right here with the full thing right here, or render of the figure. Then we got another render of the figure with the civilian head and all the accessories she comes with and everything. So, yeah. So then her full name, Elizabeth Z. Delgado, SPD Yellow Ranger, and all that. So, yeah. Isn't it great when I don't pull the Rangers out before, or the figures out before I do these videos? But yeah, sorry for that loud scraping sound. Alright. So, all the accessories. Hey, smaller bag for once. They're learning. Yeah. So, the effect piece, which looks okay. It's in this, like, sort of grayish, silverish kind of plastic. Extended version of this. The blaster thing. So yeah. And then the thing that goes on top of it. Okay. The two hands. Mainly the posing hands. She's got the grip hand on her. Another posing hand on her as well. So yeah. The SPD Morpher, which if you guys can tell already, the print on it is upside down. I don't know how this happened and why they didn't fix it when people were reacting to the promo images months ago when they announced this figure. But this is upside down. It should be flipped it should be flipped around. All the other figures at the very least had the text on there, or the prints on there, right? But this figure does not for some reason. Yay! On top of pink having silver paint and only the SPD on her morpher. And I think one of the, and then another one having the correct whites, but I think the same problem with just the SPD and not the lines for those and everything. Oh man, the SPD, the main 5 SPD figures have inconsistent morphers, and I really wish they would do accessory packs that would have the fixed versions. But yeah. And then we have the helmet right here, which I think is a good helmet. They did a good job recreating it. Apparently the SPD badge is based off of fan art as opposed to, or I don't know if it's on helmet or on her shoulder is the one where it's incorrect. But for some reason they didn't use the correct one from the show or Deca Ranger. They used one that you can easily find that's fan art and based it off of that. really don't know why they just don't go to Ranger Wiki or look at, like, I don't know, DVDs or the streaming versions that are on YouTube now or whatever, but whatever. It's like, just go to Ranger Wiki. That's easy. Like, you can just bookmark Ranger Wiki. That's what I do for some information. Alright, so the full SPD Yellow Ranger with the civilian head. I think they did a pretty good job capturing the actress's likeness. It's pretty close to her actual face from when she worked on the show. Almost 20 years ago now. So yeah. And I think the figure turned out pretty good. The SPD figures have been pretty good in regards to accuracy. So yeah, and there's the SPD badge on her shoulder, which is based apparently on fan art. So I guess it's the same on both, so yeah. It's just a bit inconsistent with the other figures, but what are you gonna do at this point? Just don't buy the figure if you don't want that, but yeah. So, yeah, pretty good figure. The SPD, or the female SPD figures or Rangers did not have skirts, so yeah, pretty good in terms of accuracy and everything to the suit in the show. Granted, the SPD/Deca Ranger suits are pretty, they're pretty basic, so can't really screw them up too much, so. Okay, so just making sure the helmet stays on. As a similar thing to the Lost Galaxy Yellow Ranger I just did a video of that is also going to go up before this, where the helmet doesn't make a popping sound when it goes on, but yeah. But the figure with the helmet, which I think looks just pretty good. So in regards to articulation, you can do a 360 with the head right here. Move it up and down and everything. Not really side to side, but yeah. Oh, and I think the head or the ball joints for the heads on this and Lost Galaxy Yellow, they're both like reverted to the older ones rather than being the newer ones. So yeah. In regards to being like a full circle rather than like kind of a half circle, but yeah. So arms move up like that and down. Basically, this is a repaint of the mold that they used for SPD Pink, which is, it's whatever. Shoulders can move back and forth because it's that body mold. Elbows are just on a single joint. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, I need to cut that off with a piece of, or with some scissors. Yeah, this is kind of a flimsy. So I didn't know this. On some of these female figures, the elbows can move like this because they're on that kind of ball joint, I guess. That's not, what the hell? Are these like supposed to be cut off or something before they get shipped out? What the hell? But yeah, so hands can move back and forth. And 360 like that. The arms on these female figures that have this body mold are flimsy, so I don't want to do much to it. So yeah. Body you can move back and forth like this. It's a clicking sound for some reason. Yeah. Legs you can move at an almost 90-degree angle like this. 360 like this. Double ball joints in the knees, which is good. It's a bit stiff, but otherwise fine. These can move in a 360. And then the feet can move back and forth and to the side. There we go. Just a bit stiff. Break the ankle and everything. So, yeah, so a figure overall. I think it's fine. It goes with the other SPD Rangers for the most part. From what I'm seeing, includes the basic accessories that you would want with the figure, especially compared to The other Rangers getting theirs and everything, their base, like, accessories and everything. Only one grip hand, unfortunately, but I guess you could take one from one of the other figures that you may already have and use them. Because they use the same hands, I believe, for pretty much every Ranger team that has... Or pretty much every Ranger team. They just sometimes leave them white if the suits had white gloves, and then they color the ones that had colored gloves. So yeah. So overall, this is kind of like a mixed bag in some respects. It's mostly good, I would say. It's mostly good. Like, I don't have any loose joint problems. I don't have any real problems with paint apps or the accessories or anything. But there are a few things that I just don't like the fact that they went back to using the body mold from when they did SPD Pink, which on the one hand keeps consistency with the line or with the other figures. On the other hand, makes her a bit flimsy in regards to the arms and everything and the elbows and everything. Then there's the fact that some things didn't get cut off in regards to the what do you call it? The plastic that is on the elbows and everything, or at least the elbow for one of the arms and everything. It's a similar thing with Lost Galaxy Yellow, which is just weird. But overall, I would say the figure is solid, minus just like one or two things. And it's up to you whether you want to get it or not. I personally wanted to get it to complete the SPD team. We finally have more teams finished this year, which is great. We have Dino Thunder being finished with Dino Thunder Black. We have Lost Galaxy being finished with Lost Galaxy Yellow. SPD, the main team at the very least, or the first 7 of the team being finished with SPD Yellow. This one, I can't remember if there was one or two other teams. We're getting the Alien Rangers later this year, which is great. So yeah, again, it's up to you whether you get this figure or not. It's weird because this and Lost Galaxy Yellow were apparently supposed to be GameStop exclusives, but then they started showing up on Big Bad Toy Store, and I think to Collectibles and Entertainment Earth, I think, and a few other sites and everything, at least here in the United States, as well as Hasbro Pulse. So yeah, I ordered this and Lost Galaxy Yellow specifically from Big Bad Toy Store because I wanted to save a few bucks, because it was a few bucks cheaper, I think in regards to shipping and tax, than GameStop was going to have. So yeah, so that's basically it. It's up to you if you want to get this figure. So yeah, overall I'm mostly happy with it. So yeah, so not really much else to say. So links in the description on my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.